This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
On a new team, independent MLA Becky Drought announces she's joining the Liberals.
Drought prep, how some municipalities are gearing up for the possibility of another dry summer.
And remembering a young basketball player with a tournament in Spryfield.
And the rain may be tapering off, but it's not over yet, and there's more to come. I'll let you know what to expect coming up.
Good evening. After sitting as an independent since October, Lunenburg West MLA Becky Drought announced she is joining the Liberal caucus.
The former Justice Minister made the announcement in her home community of Bridgewater on Monday. She also said she plans to run for the leadership of her new party. Michael Gorman reports.
Becky Drought has been an independent MLA since October, but on Monday she picked a side. Drought, who left the PCs last fall over differences with party leadership, announced she's joining the Liberals.
I entered public life to serve and to use my skills and experience to help strengthen our community and our province. I did that as a PC MLA and as a minister. I've continued to do that as an independent. And I will keep doing that now as a member of the Liberal caucus and the Liberal Party.
Interim Liberal leader Ian Rankin called Drought a thoughtful legislator who has integrity.
She understands the importance of listening and asking tough questions. I'm sure many have seen that in the legislature in the last session, and focusing on real practical solutions to move the province forward.
With the Liberals scheduled to elect a new leader in November, Drought also confirmed she plans to be in that race.
I am incredibly grateful for the many people who have encouraged me to run for leadership, and that's given me a lot of confidence in that regard. I do plan to put my name forward, but today my focus is on joining the team and working together with the team. Regardless of the role, I will be participating as a team, and I look forward to the rebuilding that we're going to do together.
Drought's announcement today is not the official launch of her leadership campaign, but it does make her the first person to declare her intentions for the job. Liberals will elect their next leader in November. Michael Gorman, CBC News, Bridgewater.
The RCMP's Internet Child Exploitation Unit has charged a Truro area man in relation to a months-long child luring investigation. In November, investigators began to look into reports that a 28-year-old man had communicated online with a youth for a sexual purpose, sent gifts, and attempted to meet with the child at a Halifax hotel. Last Thursday, police executed a search warrant on Oakwood Drive in Truro Heights and seized electronics. Brandon James Arsenault is charged with luring a child and making sexually explicit material available to a child. Police believe there may be other victims and are urging parents to speak with their children about online safety.
A man from Cape Breton is facing several charges related to a series of fires in North Sydney early Saturday morning. The fires happened on Peppitt Street and included a vacant home, 2 vehicles, and a garage. Police say the fires were reported at around 3 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Nobody was injured, but there were people in the residence at the time of the fire. 32-year-old Derek Daniel Hall is facing charges for disregard to human life, arson, and possession of incendiary material and theft.
We don't know the reasons for doing this. If this person would have any normal reason for doing this, we're not sure what the reasons would be. We don't understand the motivation. From our point of view, from putting the fires out, it's taxing, but knowing the reasons why would certainly help us. I'd like to not see this again.
Hall appeared in Sydney Provincial Court on Monday. He's due back for a bail hearing on Tuesday.
As summer draws closer, some Nova Scotia municipalities are preparing for drought and dry wells, which are becoming annual events in many areas. Some have set aside money for bottled water as the province is not funding those programs this year. A provincial committee is looking at the issue but has not come up with any actions yet. The CBC's Hayley Ryan has more.
Many Nova Scotians are looking forward to hot weather just around the corner, but the return of summer often means dry wells for many parts of the province. There is a patchwork approach to drought across the province, with some municipalities taking action and others yet to start conversations about long-term solutions. In last year's extreme drought, the province spent $1 million on bottled water for municipalities, but not this year.
because we know drought is not a one-off anymore. This will continue.
Maslin says the province is shifting from emergency mode to long-term planning.
Well, we're a little disappointed with that, of course, and we certainly appreciated their support in the past, but we also recognize that they have priorities.
Mayor Corkum of the County of Kings says they have budgeted for emergency bottled water this year and join the ranks of municipalities with loan programs for residents to upgrade their well or water system.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best and prepare for the worst.
The District of Lunenburg has set aside $30,000 for bottled water this year. But Mayor Elspeth McLean-Weil says their bill last year was nearly double that, which would leave a big gap to fill without provincial help.
I think they need to help municipalities deal with kind of the emergency associated with this and help us figure out longer term what strategies might be in place.
Experts say this will be a hot summer, and many areas of Nova Scotia were already abnormally dry or in a moderate drought as of late April.
We're relying on those spring rains and continuous rain throughout the summer to get us through the agricultural year and to continue to recharge those water supplies.
The Municipal Affairs Department is leading a provincial drought committee examining the issue. The minister says he hopes to share more details from that team in June.
I expect once the framework's done and it's going to have to go very quickly.
Warden Alan Weber of the District of Chester says with all 11,000 of their residents on wells, they can't afford to wait for provincial help. They will open 4 community wells soon, where people can fill up on water.
The last 5 or 6 years, we've been giving away water, and the numbers of people that are requiring it are going up, not down, and something has to be done to address the situation.
Some areas, including the municipality of East Hants and the Halifax Regional Municipality, did not budget for bottled water this year and could take a hit if they see another major drought. Halifax staff are working on a drought resiliency strategy for the municipality, but that work is not expected to be done until next year. Haley Ryan, CBC News, Halifax.
And speaking of the weather, here's Tina Simpkin with our first look at the weather forecast.
Yes, and it sounds like some wet weather is on the way.
It sure is. We've seen some rain that has already pushed through. It's starting to taper off right now, but there's another weak disturbance that comes our way for tonight, and it is going to put down a little bit more in the way of rain. Not a whole lot, but anywhere from 2 to perhaps up to 5 millimeters of rain expected on average overnight. Now, most of the rain that fell last night came in ranges, with the heaviest rains falling across areas of northern Nova Scotia and even a couple of areas into the valley as well. So here's where the rain is right now. It is pushing its way off towards the north and to the east along a boundary that's attached to an area of low pressure over Labrador. And our temperatures are pretty mild, not where we should be. Our high temperature should be anywhere from 14 to 17 degrees for the daytime highs, and we're coming just shy of that. Overnight tonight should stay fairly mild, and that's courtesy of the cloud cover because our winds have been southwesterly to westerly throughout the day today with some fog patches and showers. Overnight tonight, the winds will become more west to northwesterly, and we'll feel that northwesterly wind for tomorrow. Daytime highs should be into the teens once again. We'll get some fog patches, showers tomorrow morning, clearing out tomorrow afternoon with a chance of showers and more rain where that came from. I'll tell you what to expect coming up.
All right. Stay tuned for that. Thanks
Tina.
so much, Tina. The Nova Scotia government is giving $2 million to a nonprofit daycare to open a new location in Beaverbank. It is the largest project to date approved under the Major Infrastructure Program, which is part of the federal-provincial childcare agreement. Construction is underway for the 3-story building and is expected to be completed by the end of the year. The centre has not started accepting applications yet, but its executive director says he expects demand to be high.
We thought that it has very good access and we could support different areas at the same time. So we have access to Stagville, Fall River, Beaverbank, and that was the main reason. And with the consultation with the department, it's been decided that this is a good location since there's not many daycares around here as well.
The centre will have space for 20 infants, 90 toddlers, and 84 preschoolers.
The union representing long-term care workers in the province says staff from 2 additional work sites are set to join the strike this week. The province and CUPE remain deadlocked as the strike that began a month ago continues. Minister of Seniors and Long-Term Care Barbara Adams said Friday evening that the contract proposal from the union is not feasible. Meanwhile, CUPE's Long-Term and Community Care Committee chair has said the government is not willing to listen. The union says more than 3,100 workers are involved in the strike.
A Nova Scotia woman with stage 4 ovarian cancer is helping to conduct a treatment project out of a Halifax lab. The research at Dalhousie University is looking at treating ovarian cancer with what's called natural killer cells. Alex Guy reports.
In 2018, Teresa Arthur went to the emergency room to address what she thought was a problem with her gallbladder.
I was going to go for an emergency surgery. I had lots of stones in my gallbladder, and they said, I don't think that's your problem.
After several tests, she was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer.
I just got back from a 4-month holiday, and this is like the rug being pulled out from under my feet.
The 73-year-old says learning what's happening inside her body has helped her find meaning in her diagnosis. This brought her in contact with Dalhousie University's Jeanette Boudreau. Her lab is in the early stages of a new project to treat ovarian cancer using natural killer cells, or NK cells, immunotherapy. These cells attack abnormal cells like those in tumors.
In particular, this type of immunotherapy that we're developing, we think has a role in treating ovarian cancer, because ovarian cancer is this disease that continuously changes and mutates it, and our immunotherapy is something that's good that sort of keeps pace with it.
The latest addition to the lab is the Clinimax Prodigy, which will allow the lab to mass produce NK cells for testing.
It's basically just a really fancy way that we can separate out the cells and then grow them up, expand them, and get them ready to treat for patients.
The lab also has patient partners. One of the things they do, besides providing lived experience, is donate their surgically removed tumors so the lab can test therapies and see which ones the tumors readily respond to.
And that helps them to have a conversation with their treating physicians and their cancer care team about what the right approach to therapy is for each patient.
Teresa Arthur says for her, gaining knowledge about ovarian cancer and working with the lab has helped her take ownership of her disease, and she hopes this research will help people in the future.
This is not for me personally, it's like for the generations that come, my children, my great-grandchildren.
The lab received over $700,000 from Ovarian Cancer Canada to help move their research toward clinical trials in the coming years. Alex Guy, CBC News, Halifax.
A community in Halifax is remembering a young basketball player with a memorial tournament and fundraiser. 16-year-old Fraser Lake died in a motorcycle accident last year. This weekend, his family and friends shot some hoops at his high school to honor his memory and create a lasting legacy. Ben Dornan has that story.
Community members at J.L. Ilesley High School in Spryfield laced up over the weekend for the Fraser Lake Memorial Basketball Classic. Lake was 16 years old when he died last year in a motorcycle accident.
Fraser and I played basketball together since he was U14. I coached him his first few years, and we just loved playing together and being together. And this was supposed to be his year. So this was supposed to be the year that he played at JL with JL and all of his friends. So this came together after he died in September. We wanted a way to honor him. We really, really wanted the community to come together and share this day with us, and they have.
Lake played for the West End Steelers in Basketball Nova Scotia's Metro Basketball Association Under-16 League. They won the Division 5 championship in 2024. He also coached soccer in the community and volunteered at Square Roots, a Halifax nonprofit focused on food insecurity.
He went to school with us all growing up. He was our good buddy, lived down the street. He was a nice, big guy. He loved basketball, and so we thought, why not put on a memorial tournament for him and honor him.
The trophy, it's all built out of the old JL bleachers. So that wood, very beautiful wood. And the golden shoe, that was actually one of his shoes.
One of his basketball shoes.
So his mother spray painted that gold, and I think it was a good idea to do that. I think it memorializes him.
Spectators paid an admission fee that will go toward a scholarship at the school.
All of the funds raised for that are going to go to helping kids that can't afford to convocate walk across that stage, because Fraser will never get the opportunity to graduate.
Finney says he hopes this will be the first edition of an annual tournament that will honor his friend and remember his legacy. Ben Dornan, CBC News, Halifax.
A beautiful view of the Gaspereau River. Tina will be up next with full weather forecast. Do stay with us.
All right, Tina in for Ryan tonight. Happy to have you, Tina. Hoping there's good weather in the forecast, but sounding like things a little unsettled, maybe?
Yeah,
and chilly too, right?
And chilly, yeah. Ryan's coming back, by the way. 'Cause
We'll see what he can do with
yeah,
it.
yeah. I don't know how good I can do with this forecast. At least our temperatures are warmer,
Yeah.
but it's the overnight lows that we may have some problems with, especially Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So if you're like me and maybe got a couple of plants out, you might want to
them,
bring
right?
them back
Sure,
in
yeah.
or cover them if you can. Wanting some sunshine. I think we're going to get a little bit of it tomorrow, but we've got another piece of energy that's heading in our direction for tonight. So it's going to be soggy. If you're heading out tonight, bring the rain jacket or maybe even an umbrella. Not too windy for tonight. Our next system, though, that's coming our way, and that comes our way Thursday into Friday. That looks like it's going to be not only soggy on Friday, but also very, very windy. So until then, most of our temperatures today climbed into the mid-teens. Now, there are a couple of exceptions, especially along along the coast where those southerly winds blew directly on the shoreline. So say from Backrow Point, even Western Head, only climbing to around 8 or 9 degrees, but the rest into the double digits. And that's where we want to be. A couple of cooler temperatures across Cape Breton as well. Now, we've got another piece of energy heading in our direction right now. This is fairly light in comparison to what some of us have seen through the overnight hours, but it's starting to pick up in intensity along the South Shore, and we do have some more wider spread rain over Cape Breton. And this system, this piece of energy that's coming our way, is really going to slide along the Atlantic coastline and then out through Cape Breton, meaning that Cape Breton is going to get more rain than the rest of the mainland. The mainland is looking at anywhere from, say, 2 to 5 millimeters of rain, whereas in Cape Breton, we could see another 5 to 15 millimeters of rain by early tomorrow morning. We've got an area of low pressure that's over Labrador, and this is the culprit. We've got a trailing front. And then back to the west, there's an area of high pressure. This is a ridge that comes our way late in the day on Tuesday, more so Tuesday night into Wednesday. It's going to clear our skies out, which is what we've all been asking for. Well, maybe not all, but a lot of people have been asking for some sunshine. But it's also going to allow for those clear skies at night to bring some cooler temperatures with it as well. So overnight tonight, some showers, fog, and the winds will be more southwesterly, but they will be changing direction by tomorrow and becoming more northwesterly, and that brings some slightly cooler temperatures. But look at the rain chances, at least staying in the forecast through to the afternoon, but some clearing is expected in the west. And again, that rain continues for the eastern mainland, right on through into Cape Breton, and over higher terrain, there's that little pink swath. We could be seeing a rain-snow mix. Hate to say that in May. Over higher terrain, over the Cape Breton Highlands, it looks like early Wednesday morning. But Wednesday does bring cool air for everyone, and I think away from the coast in those low-lying areas, early Wednesday morning, we could be seeing some temperatures pretty close to freezing. It will be followed by some warmer air coming our way on Thursday. On another area of low pressure heading in our direction, the warm air arrives during the day on Thursday, early in the morning. Wouldn't rule out a shower, but certainly the clouds are going to be on the increase throughout the day on Thursday. So if you want some sunshine, Wednesday's your day, but just remember that Wednesday morning is going to start off on the cool side, temperatures near or even below freezing away from the coast, and then we'll be warming up quite nicely. Overnight tonight, the temperatures stay well above freezing. We've got rain in the forecast for Cape Breton and the eastern mainland. Temperatures holding between 6 and 8 degrees. About 5 to 15 millimeters of rain is expected overnight tonight. And then the rest of the mainland seeing close to that 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, with temperatures holding into the overnight lows to around 7 or 8 degrees. But daytime highs tomorrow will be into the teens. We'll start to see some sunshine breaking out into the afternoon, first in the west, and then eventually that sunshine will take hold on Wednesday. Clearing skies overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So tomorrow, what we can expect, some morning showers and fog patches clearing out in the west. The rain is going to linger in the eastern mainland through to Cape Breton into the afternoon, and it could be some heavy at times, but it will be tapering off Tuesday night into Wednesday. The temperatures along the coast Wednesday morning will hold right around 4 degrees and then jumping up to a high of around 14 in the afternoon. Tomorrow we get that northwesterly wind, and on Wednesday we'll keep that northwesterly wind. Thursday, temperatures start rising, both daytime highs and overnight lows. A shower is possible in the morning and then again late in the afternoon, and then periods of rain. It could be heavy at times. Right now, some of the models are putting out anywhere from 20 to 50 millimeters of rain on Friday, with lingering showers throughout the whole weekend. It doesn't look like it's going to be a washout, but there will be some showers in the weekend forecast.
Could be a soaker. All right.
Yep.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you, Tina.
Well, if you cast a line in the water and get no bites, turns out it might not be because of your fishing skills.
Yes, it may be because there are fewer fish being stocked at your local fishing spot. As Juliana Grillo reports, the provincial stocking program was impacted by the 2025 drought.
These friends brought their boat to Albro Lake, hoping to catch a 19-inch trout. But their chances of success may not be as high as other years. A program that stocks Nova Scotia lakes with fish is releasing fewer trout this spring. According to a manager with the province, that's because of last year's drought.
We were forced to conserve water, and this was done by reducing the amount of ponds that we had in operation. As we were shutting these ponds down to conserve water, we had to stock fish earlier than typical, or earlier than usual, because we were reducing our capacity to hang on to them.
The province stocks lakes to help grow native fish populations as well as attract tourism through recreational fishing. 3 hatcheries grow fry, usually trout and salmon, then release them into lakes after a year or 2. Thibodeau says they have approximately 130,000 brook trout to release into lakes this spring, which is a 60% drop from previous years. As for rainbow trout, none will be released at all. The impacts of the drought concern this avid angler and business owner. Mike Christmas sells all things fishing and sees many beginners casting their lines in the lakes that are stocked by the province because it's easier.
Biggest frustration when you're fishing is not seeing any fish, right? So a lot of people just try out for the first time, especially young children. They want to see those results. So if they don't, then it's very discouraging and can actually leave a long impacting life force on them to dislike that sport.
He also worries that not having many stocked fish in the lakes this year will put extra stress on wild fish. Thibodeau says he hopes this year is an exception and that the program will continue as usual in 2027. He says his division is also talking about ways to prepare for more frequent and intense weather events, like last year's drought.
I'm going to sit back like this.
Even without extra trout, these determined anglers aren't dissuaded.
There's trout in here, there's bass in here. Yeah, we'll get something.
According to the Provincial Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture, the available brook trout stock will be used primarily for trout derbies and learn to fish programs. Juliana Grillo, CBC News, Dartmouth.
Coming up, farmers and scientists in Nova Scotia are trying to push back against the threat of tick-borne illnesses.
Welcome back. Tick-borne illnesses are causing unease in parts of Canada as some species migrate north, bringing new health risks.
I spoke with scientists and farmers in Nova Scotia about efforts to combat the threat. There are pesky neighbors to our south, posing an increasing risk to Canadians.
It's not like they're not going to come. We can't stop them. We can't just put a wall up.
Their invasion is well underway, spreading disease.
And they can carry diseases which we haven't seen here yet.
It's forcing Canada to shore up its defenses.
Forewarned is forearmed.
And that threat, advancing 50 kilometers a year, is smaller than your fingernail. Ticks. This is the Canadian Tick Research and Innovation Centre, or CITRIC.
This is the first kind of facility in Canada.
A sort of defense command for ticks in Canada, if you will, based at Acadia University in Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Nicoletta Ferrione is the associate professor in charge of the pioneering research here.
I would say that people are very alarmed and very scared about the presence of and the transmission of tick-borne diseases. We don't have a vaccine for Lyme yet, although we know very well that ticks carry multiple pathogens. So a vaccine for Lyme won't be the best solution for protecting us from this. So we need to really not be scared, be prepared, knowledge is important.
The black-legged tick, or deer tick, carries Lyme disease. But there are more than 40 other different types of ticks in Canada already. And then there are the troubling ticks to come. The Lone Star tick is making inroads, and the Asian longhorn tick. Those last two have farmers in Nova Scotia concerned. The Asian longhorn tick can cause anemia in cattle. It can kill them.
They're coming whether we want them or not.
Beef farmer Tim Marsh in Poplar Grove, Nova Scotia, is ever vigilant for signs his cattle might be struggling, fearful he might lose one.
Well, you'd be a couple $1,000s right off the top, depending on the age of it. Is it a bred cow? Then you're losing two animals. You know, it could be expensive in a hurry.
And if you still think ticks are little more than a nuisance, consider Patty O'Brien Carrier, an avid gardener in the nearby state of Maine. She was bitten by a Lone Star tick, then developed a severe meat allergy, which causes anaphylactic shock.
I get very itchy. My whole body itches, and I break out in hives. And then my breath gets shorter and shorter to the point that I can't breathe because it's shutting off my airway. So you absolutely can't breathe. And then if you don't get help immediately, then you can drop dead. So.
At CITRIC, they plan to bring both the Asian longhorned and Lone Star ticks into this secure facility.
We will enter here.
To study them and hopefully find a way to combat them.
Having them here, studying them, testing them, their behavior, their response, and also looking at the type of pathogen that they carry can help us to be more prepared.
In the meantime, there are actually growing ticks we are already familiar with here, like the American dog tick, to study them too, feeding blood to the females using a kind of fake skin.
This chamber is inserted inside this where...
There are ticks inside here.
Yes, there are ticks where the blood it's basically flowing and the membrane it's in direct contact with warm and fresh blood. And
that's
ticks,
simulating someone's skin.
Exactly, someone's skin. And ticks will pierce through the membrane and they will be fed.
And eventually have babies. The female is laying eggs right now?
Yes. Yep. And this is the first eggs we're having.
We happen to be there for the first birth to happen in the lab.
She's starting laying the eggs, so we have the eggs in here, and we're expecting to see at least 2,000 eggs laid by a single female.
Quickly.
Yes, a female can lay around 2,000 eggs.
How many females are out there?
A lot.
As futile as it might all seem, back on the farm, Tim Marsh does what he can. Ticks like to climb up on tall grass and branches in hopes of hitching a ride on humans or cattle, so Marsh is clearing his fence lines.
The ticks will be knee height in these plants, like these little shrubs. We're going to come through yet again with a brush cutter again and zip some of these fine things off.
There are some products farmers can use on their cattle, and companies and scientists are working together on more sprays to repel ticks on humans.
In terms of natural products, we have developed a fabric spray which is also first of its kind because it's based on essential oils and is meant to be on fabric. There is also a new product that we hope to launch soon that is basically based on essential oils, balsam fir essential oils, that with a proper engineering encapsulation we've done in the lab, it can be applied on your lawn and is meant to kill overwintering ticks.
Eventually, property owners will be enlisted to join the fight.
So of course, we need to obtain a permit through Health Canada because the idea is also registering this product. We will probably contact people for their backyard to test this product.
Because the urgency to understand these tiny creatures is huge.
There are also other pathogens that needs to be more studied. Specifically, for example, the poisson virus, which is carried by the blackleg tick. We don't have a treatment at the moment. It can be deadly. So studying ticks, monitoring the pathogens is a good way. It's the right approach for us to be prepared.
So for those who love the outdoors, what's Patty O'Brien Carrier's advice?
I have a hat and I have gloves, and I spray myself with lots of different products to keep the ticks at bay, because I surely heck don't want to get another tick bite.
And that's the message here. Be on guard. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
Coming up, more cases of hantavirus have been confirmed originating from an outbreak on a cruise ship in the Atlantic.
And Donald Trump calls Iran's response to his peace offer unacceptable, prompting concerns whether the shaky ceasefire can hold. Welcome back. The last remaining passengers on a cruise struck by a deadly outbreak of Hantavirus are off the ship.
That includes 4 Canadians who arrived in British Columbia Sunday night. Leanne Young has the latest from Vancouver.
Tired and I would say exhausted, but very relieved and grateful to be back here in Canada.
That's how BC's provincial health officer described the final 4 Canadians to touch down weeks after being aboard the MV Hondius, the cruise ship at the center of the deadly hantavirus outbreak. She says the 4 so far are asymptomatic.
A couple in their 70s who live in Yukon Territory. One is a person in their 70s who resides here in the Island Health Region, and one is a person in their 50s from British Columbia who is currently living abroad.
Dr. Henry says they're all here in BC because the Yukon doesn't have the testing capacity or specialized facilities. The one solo BC resident is self-isolating at home. Others are in government-provided housing, all for a minimum of 21 days. They're allowed to go out for walks nearby with daily checks from medical teams. They'll be reassessed to determine if they need further quarantining, possibly increase to 6 weeks, the full incubation period for the virus. 2 other Canadians were passengers aboard the ship. They're self-isolating in Ontario. A 3rd person from Ontario and 2 others in Alberta are also at home isolating after possible exposure on flights. On Spain's Canary Islands, officials completed evacuating the final remaining passengers. 87 guests repatriated. Only crew members now remain on board. And the ship's captain speaking out for the first time, praising the perseverance of his passengers.
I've witnessed your caring, your unity, and quiet strength amongst everybody on board.
The World Health Organization says 2 more people linked to the ship have now tested positive, bringing the total to 7. U.S. officials say those cases include 2 Americans, one who is now showing mild symptoms. And in France, authorities say a woman who started to develop symptoms during her flight home to Paris, her condition has deteriorated and now she's in hospital. 3 people have died in connection to this latest outbreak. Leanne Young, CBC News, Vancouver.
U.S. President Donald Trump says Iran's response to the American proposal to end the war is, quote, totally unacceptable. He's warning that the ceasefire between the countries is on very shaky ground. Katie Nicholson has the latest.
The ceasefire brokered on April 7th has always been shaky, but the U.S. president says it's never been weaker than it is now.
Unbelievably weak, I would say. I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it. They said, I'm not going to waste my time reading it. I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living.
Last night, Donald Trump dismissed Iran's response to his government's latest proposal to get peace talks up and running again. For its part, Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson says it made a generous and responsible reply to the U.S. proposal and was only seeking its, quote, legitimate rights. Among the demands, compensation for war damage, sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, and the lifting of sanctions. Both countries have been publicly far apart on the future of the strait and Iran's nuclear program. On the streets of Iran, a voice of defiance echoing Iranian leadership. The strait is ours. This country is ours, he says. We have a set of rights and interests in this country that must be respected. While in the U.S., one of the biggest knock-on effects of the war being felt as pain at the pumps.
I'm thinking about getting a bike.
Trump considering suspending the federal gas tax, but that will only provide limited relief, roughly 18 cents on the gallon.
I believe it when I see it.
As the stalemate between Iran and the U.S. continues, Trump has even mused about restarting Project Freedom, that brief effort to help guide ships through the Strait of Hormuz, which he abruptly abandoned within 48 hours after escalating attacks from Iran. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Washington.
Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand has announced new sanctions against Russia, saying its forces have abducted tens of thousands of children since its 2014 invasion of Ukraine.
We have already 2,100 children returned, but at least 20,000 cases remain open.
Anand says funding will also support the reintroduction and rehabilitation of children who were separated from their families. She made the announcement at a meeting of the International Coalition for the Return of Ukrainian Children, which Canada is co-hosting.
The man accused of attempting to assassinate Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has pleaded not guilty to all charges in a Washington courthouse. 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen is also charged with assaulting a federal officer with a deadly weapon and 2 additional firearms offenses. Allen's lawyers are asking the court to disqualify top Justice Department officials from the case because they were at the dinner. They argue those officials could be considered victims or witnesses, creating a potential conflict of interest. Allen faces a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted on the attempted assassination charge alone. His next court date is set for June.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has issued a plea to his Labour Party and British voters to back him and avoid a leadership contest. It comes after the party suffered heavy losses in local elections last week and amid growing numbers of his own MPs calling on him to stand down. Crystal Gamansing has the latest from London.
The election results last week were tough.
Prime Minister Keir Starmer started the day rolling up his sleeves and telling everyone he's not going anywhere. He says that he is not willing to plunge the country into chaos by leaving number 10 and then allowing a leadership contest. He says he still has a lot of work to do and is committed to acting on behalf of all people in the UK.
I had my doubters when I took on the Labour Party. I had my doubters who said we couldn't change this party and make it capable of winning an election. And I proved them wrong. And when we did that, I had my doubters who said, you can't lead us to a general election victory after the loss in 2019. It was so bad. It's not possible. And I proved them wrong. And I'm going to prove them wrong again here.
Meanwhile, after that speech, we did hear from Labour MP Catherine West. She said she was willing to listen to what the Prime Minister had to say before taking any sort of action. Ultimately, she decided he didn't say enough to convince her, and she has told number 10 that she will start the process to gain at least 80 MP signatures so that there could be a leadership contest, she said, potentially in September. Meanwhile, we've also heard from Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch. She called the Prime Minister's speech sad, saying what the UK needs is leadership. What we heard from the leader of the Liberal Democrats, Ed Davey, was that he said vague promises to improve the economy by moving the UK closer to Europe won't be enough to keep Starmer here at number 10. Crystal Gamansing, CBC News, London.
A new viral high school prank is raising public concerns. It involves students squirting water guns at people. The issue, some of those water guns could be mistaken for real weapons. And one recent video appears to show an unhoused Indigenous man being targeted. Karen Pauls reports.
Senior Assassin starts tonight.
Senior Assassin is a rite of passage for many grade 12 students. Stress relief as they're writing exams and preparing for graduation. The goal, eliminate their target by squirting them with a water gun. It's supposed to be harmless. But video posted recently on social media shows an Indigenous man targeted in Kenora, Ontario.
It was really disturbing to see that video. It made me mad, it made me hurt.
Tanya Cameron is a community activist.
They're taking a cheap shot at someone who's already having so many life struggles. There's a small segment out there that don't see the harm in it. They're saying it's kids being kids, and it just blows my mind that they think that that kind of behavior on the unhoused is okay.
We found the man in the video. He said he didn't want to do an interview because he doesn't want to make waves. He said he didn't like being sprayed by the water gun, but he dealt with it. And he had this message for the students involved: don't do it to anyone else.
If you're thinking about...
The OPP confirms it's investigating, and there could be serious consequences.
Any unwanted physical contact or contact with something that someone doesn't consent to could be seen as assault in the criminal codes.
Police across the country are getting 911 calls of people hiding and running through neighborhoods with what appear to be guns.
Make sure that your water gun of choice clearly resembles a toy.
Last year, a Guelph, Ontario high school was locked down and a teen arrested at gunpoint for holding what was later revealed to be a water gun.
We never know, like when we're attending a scene, is it going to be a real firearm, is it not? We obviously have to treat everything as the utmost serious situation.
Police say they don't want to throw cold water on the game, but they want students to be safe and respectful. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Kenora, Ontario.
More travelers are coming forward to tell our Go Public team how WestJet suddenly canceled their flights without any compensation. Airlines don't have to pay when the cause is, quote, unplanned maintenance required for safety. But we found a pattern in WestJet's flight records that one advocate is calling fraudulent. Erica Johnson explains.
The beaches were empty a lot of the time.
Brad Vanderwilk enjoyed his recent vacation in Los Cabos, Mexico, until the last night when he and his girlfriend got an email from WestJet during dinner, canceling their flight home.
We stopped eating because we're like, how are we going to get home? We've got our kids at home. We've got to both have to work. And into a bit of a tizzy, we had to try and get through to WestJet.
He arrived home about 16 hours late, so Vanderwilk filed for compensation. Under Canada's passenger rights rules, he could get $1,000. WestJet denied his claim, citing unplanned aircraft maintenance required for safety, a category where they don't have to pay for a delay. But flight records we reviewed show WestJet swapped in a different aircraft, one that hadn't flown for 2 days, and then canceled the flight the very same minute. The original plane, it was used for a different flight.
They're lied, they're sneaky. They're just trying to do what they can to not pay anybody anything.
Recently, Go Public reported 2 similar cases. Now, more passengers have come forward. We checked flight data and found 34 cases where passengers were denied compensation after WestJet swapped in planes that needed maintenance, then canceled the flights, sometimes within minutes. In every case, WestJet claimed safety-related maintenance.
When you make business decisions, the passengers should be made whole for the inconvenience caused to them.
An air passenger advocate says the flight records show a disturbing pattern, swapping planes to avoid paying compensation.
That's fraudulent.
He estimates WestJet is saving tens of thousands of dollars per canceled flight by denying compensation, about $200,000 when delays stretch beyond 9 hours.
It is not a one-off situation. The masterminds behind this fraud need to face accountability.
Go Public asked WestJet why planes were being swapped just before cancellations. The airline declined an interview and wouldn't address our questions, but said planes are sometimes reassigned to minimize the effect of disruptions. Meantime, Canada's airline regulator has confirmed it's investigating, and Brad Vanderwilk, he's taking WestJet to small claims court. Erica Johnson, CBC News, Vancouver.
Canada's main stock index edged higher, helped by gains in the basic materials sector, while U.S. stock markets also rose. A quick look at the numbers now as we head to commercial break. We haven't had visitors to the show very often lately, Amy. It's nice to have Tina back for sure.
It's great.
Well, thanks for having me. I wish I could bring some sunshine and some
we
warm
just have to
temperatures.
remember the weekend. The weekend was good for the most part.
For the most part. We do have showers in the weekend forecast, but after Friday, I think we'll take the showers. We've got a lot of rain coming our way on Friday and some heavy winds. Until then, though, the radar is picking up some scattered showers. They're fairly light for the most part, but the rain will pick up as we go into the evening hours, and not everyone is picking up some showers right now. They're kind of spotty and fairly light, but there will be some fog patches settling up shop as well. So as we go through the next 24 hours, here we go, that swath of moisture comes in from the southwest. Notice what happens tomorrow afternoon. We start clearing from west to east. So even though there will be clearing in the west, it will still be raining pretty hard in the eastern mainland, right on through Cape Breton. If you can see that little swath of pink there over the Cape Breton Highlands,
pretty small.
That's indicating the possibility of perhaps a rain snow
getting
mix.
bigger.
Yeah, it is getting bigger.
I know. We've got some cold air heading our way for Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So temperatures along the coast should be okay, but inland we could see some temperatures that would be near or maybe even below. So we get sunshine on Wednesday, a cold start though, and then another system heading our way for Thursday, just pieces of energy. It will be more widespread rain on Friday. So until then, our temperatures tonight ranging anywhere from 6 to 9 degrees for the overnight lows. We'll keep the showers in the forecast overnight tonight and clearing skies tomorrow afternoon with a high of around 13 degrees, but the winds will be northwesterly tomorrow, 20 at times gusting up to 40 kilometers per hour. Showers are possible on Thursday. Heavy rain is expected on Friday, and then we'll just keep some showers in the weekend forecast.
It could be a little soggy
Yeah,
on Friday
a
by the
lot.
look of that, couldn't it?
To say the least, yeah.
Put the rubber boots on. Okay, here's something you don't see every day. A goose laid its eggs on the roof of a house in Vancouver.
Come on, guys. Oh.
Feel for them, don't you? After the eggs hatched, the goslings had to make their way down, and it looks like this was the best way to do it.
Yeah, a little rough, but with the help and encouragement of some locals, the geese were safely guided away from the houses. They marched their way into the water to swim away as a new family.
Yeah, making their way. Oh, back again. Oh, we got it on track again. There we go, those waves. That's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Bye.